We back. Welcome to this brand new episode of another Shitty Opinion podcast. It's your boy John and my co-host Bree, and we are here. Let's get right into it. There was some shit going on last week. A lot of shit going on last week.
Shit, Jesus.
Some shit going on last week. And Sunday, we filmed on the Monday, but Sunday was all types of news. But we'll get into my guy that we always talk about almost every other episode. We'll get into him, but he had the news, entertainment going buzzing yesterday. But we're gonna start with the director of the Black Panther. Footage surfaced of him trying to withdraw some money from a bank, and somehow, some way, they misconstrued him, and they said he fit the description of someone who's trying to rob a bank, and he was, I guess you could say, detained before they really found his information. You could say detained because he was cuffed. He didn't go to jail, but he was cuffed. So you could say the word. I think that's the proper word: detained. Then let go. But that shit was just fucked up. I understand.
Johnny, the thing that pisses me off about you, because I'm gonna let you finish.
No.
What really
Say it.
It's gonna be quick. What really pisses me off about you is that you act surprised.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all.
Oh, okay, because you making it seem like you're surprised that they did this black man.
No. I'm not surprised at all. I'm just saying, people talking about how he handed the note to trying to say he handed the note to the teller, but I'm not gonna hold you. If I had bread like that, I ain't trying to say that shit out loud. I'm just saying,
that's me. That's the only part I disagreed with, was because, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Hold on.
When I used to work at the cashier.
You said what?
When I used to work at the cashier.
Mm-hmm.
Right. When they tell you, it doesn't matter. If someone hands you a note, that's automatically they trying to rob you. They teach you that.
Oh, so they teach you that is I'm trying to say.
That's the banking system.
So that's
the banking system. So
I'm saying, if you're taught that, you're not in the wrong. You know what I'm trying to say? But I'm just. But other than that, my point is, I didn't know that, but I still feel like that's just the safest way, because realistically, we don't know who's in the bank at the same time. If even though you got money or whatnot, you go to a regular bank, someone hear you, oh, you withdrawing this, all it takes is quick, text message, homie about to have this much cash on him.
Okay, you know I'm all about Black empowerment. I'm all about the Black culture, loving it, understanding it, and I'm all for it. You know me. What I'm not for is, okay, you as a person know if you hand a note in a bank, it's automatically considered a robbery. Okay, that's one. Two, if he was taking large amounts out of the bank, Johnny, all he had to tell her was, I'm taking large amount out of my bank account. Is there any way I could write it down for you? Because I don't want to say how much I'm taking out. Before handing her just a note. Again, in the banking system, they teach you check cashing places, the banks, Chase, Wells Fargo don't exist, but Chase, Bank of America, Capital One, all those banking systems, while you going through training, they teach you specifically. If you handed a note, you leave the note there and you call 911. 95% of the time, it's a robbery.
Oh, okay.
So, again, she was doing exactly what was said to her, what was taught to her. Because, again, a lot of times in those banking systems, they think you're part of the robbery. Let's just say if he wasn't who he was, right? Let's just say he passed the letter to the girl, right?
Yeah.
She didn't follow protocols, didn't alert authorities, didn't do any of that, right? At that time, if he gets away with the money, guess who gets in trouble? Just like set it off. They think you were part of the robbery with him because they teach you in these classes how to follow protocol when you get handed certain things.
Yeah, so
you get what I'm saying to you?
No, I understand it completely.
I mean,
because really, you're basically saying that was a regular person, even though his intent wasn't to rob, but say it was a regular person whose intent was to rob. And yeah, so if that's something that's taught to you, then you're not in the wrong. But it's just like he said he passed a note with his ID, gave her the car.
Right.
So like
I do believe she saw his color skin, and even with him passing the ID and all the other stuff, she didn't need to call. You get what I'm saying? Because once you have his ID, like what the hell is he? What is he gonna do? How he gonna rob the bank? You got his fucking ID, like,
and you got his bank card.
Right? Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
it's different if he gives you an ID with a bank card that says a whole nother name. Then it's like,
right.
But I'll give you my ID, which is gonna be the same name you're gonna see on the bank card.
Right.
I'm just trying to get this money and get up out of here. I'm just trying to be discreet because I ain't trying to get robbed.
Right.
But it's just a very unfortunate situation, and it's something that just happens to people of color way more often than it will happen to anyone else. But like I said, I wasn't surprised that it happened. It's just fucked up because then he also says he's done it a couple of times. That wasn't like his first time doing it.
Right.
It wasn't his first time.
Again, because certain people, once you pass the ID and the bank card, in their head, they're like, what he's gonna rob? Like, we got all his information. So I mean, I get that part. I'm just saying it is some protocols that you need to follow in order for you not to get in trouble either. But yeah, it was a thing of color of skin at this point because he gave you all the information that you needed. So, because following questions was gonna be, can I have your ID and bank card? Especially, but I'm surprised he went to the teller because supposedly for the amount of money he was taking out, you would need to see like the what you call those people?
The a bank manager or someone of higher position.
Right.
I say
you would have had to sit in one of those cubicle thingies.
Yes, I would assume so too, but I guess that specific bank. Yes, as I said, that's probably the reason why he wanted to do it discreetly, because that bank probably does it different, and he probably feels like every time he says something, people be looking like, "Whoa!" Like, and he's just trying to avoid something crazy from happening, because
right. No,
especially this was in Los Angeles or just California.
I think it was in California.
Okay, I was saying, remember, like a month or two ago. The police chief was like, "Don't come here. It's like the purge out here." So, like,
I wonder if it's still like that because I want to go back. I want to take Devin back to Cali.
I would love to go back to Cali.
We're gonna make it a trip, guys. Comment below if Cali is now safe to visit.
Also, in the news, something that's finally come to a close. He was finally sentenced. His sentence was handed down.
Even though if you go back and you look at our previous videos, I said to Johnny's dumb ass, Johnny, I said to you, I'm like, he's gonna get time for this. He was like, I don't think he's gonna get time for this.
No, I said he was gonna go to jail. I said he was gonna go to jail.
No, you didn't. You said, no, you said, I think he's gonna do community service. That's what you said.
No. I did say that. No.
You did say that. You did not. When I said,
we gotta find out. So I'll run it back.
All right, run it back.
Because in honesty, I said that, but I said the way I said no. I was like, best case scenario for him is he gets community service. That's what I said. I said best case scenario for him. But I was like, the way that shit looking, he's about to do time.
That's not what you said. Run it back for the people.
Okay,
explain what we're talking about.
We're talking about, pronounce the name correctly, is Jussie Smollet or Smollet. I want to make sure I pronounce his name right. I don't want to mispronounce his name, but he was finally sentenced. He was sentenced to 150 days behind bars. I think they gave him.
Which is 4 months.
They gave him what? Like probation also when he's done. Like, but he was sentenced 100 for the time that he could have been getting. He was sentenced lightly, but what caught everybody's attention was his outburst, leaving the courtroom, yelling, if I die, I did not commit suicide. If I was guilty, I would have said that. So proclaiming his innocence. But I don't know, man. Look, since day one, he said his story. They literally broke apart his story. I don't know what was his intentions. I think it seems like he'll never, like, maybe years down the line, he'll finally admit to it. But it's just, bro, you said a story, said such and such happened. They looked into it, and then they you made like a big fuss about it. So they was like, I'm gonna, you have a name to yourself. People were supporting you. Everybody came to your side. So we was like, all right, cops did it. Oh, they put pressure on them. And when they put the pressure on, they looked and they just picked apart and destroyed the whole story. So, but if you believe it, I feel like some people still believe that he was attacked, but I don't know. I don't know. Certain things he said, his story just didn't add up. Now he's in jail, but
he's not in jail. So you must not be following the story.
Why? What happened?
He's in the psych ward.
They put him in the psych ward. Mm-hmm. I seen something. I seen something like that. They said he was in the psych ward, but I'm like, nah. I think he was in jail, but they put him on a thing.
He's in a psych ward.
Let's see.
He's in a psych ward.
Let's see. Oh no, he's in jail. He's in the psych ward in jail. He's in jail.
He's in the psych ward.
He's
jail is a psych ward.
No, it's two. There's the solo, that its own entity. There's the psych, like the
I know what you're institution,
about, but he's.
They say his family is saying that he's in a psych ward.
Nah, right? He's in Cook County Jail. He's in Cook County Jail, and they said his family's claiming that they put him in the psych ward, and that's in Cook County Jail. But he's in jail.
He's not in jail with the rest of the inmates. He's in a psych ward, and they have him pinned onto a bed where he finally got his own bed today. This is what I'm trying to say to you, John. So here's my point of view on this. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm trying to be very careful with my words. People are turning this into, okay, so here's I'm trying to be really, because I'm trying to be really careful with how I say this, right? Because.
I say it.
No, I just can't say it. You know, it's one of those things you just can't say. I got you gotta think about what, and I've been thinking about it all day. So this is my thing. I am with the people who say that people who do worse crimes than he did get less time than he's getting, right? I get that, right? Here's my problem. He did something he didn't necessarily need to do.
Oh, need to do, okay.
Right. He tried to take the Black community and the LBGT community and have those two communities that are going through some real shit, right? Both of those communities. he tried to use their
He said he was the gay. He said he was the gay Tupac.
Okay, you have this thing
And he
about
was on
that.
stage like after he said it.
Okay. You got your own problems with him. I'm just saying he used those two communities, right? Mm-hmm. And tried to get sympathy and recognition off of those two communities with his stage robbery or hate crime or whatever it was, right? So to me, he doesn't get to play the black card in this. He does not, because he used our sympathy moments when we couldn't be using them for somebody who was really going through some shit or just killed by police. We could have been using it for them. Okay, now listen to me. I'm with the fact that people of the white community, okay, get less time for crimes that they do that's more heinous than what he did, right?
That's a fact.
But I do think he deserves to serve some time. They didn't give him 5 years, Johnny. They didn't give him 2 years. They gave him 4 months.
He
wasted he wasted like tax money. He wasted valuable time on a court case when he know he did not get beat up. He know he didn't get robbed. He know none. It wasn't a hate crime towards LBGT community or black people. It wasn't that. It was your selfish needs to get clout. And because of that, you can have plenty of seats. Now, I do understand him saying, and I said this to you the other day, I do understand him saying, if I die, I did not kill myself, because a lot of black people are going into jail and they saying they killed themselves and they had no history of violence, no history of depression, no history of suicidal thoughts. And all of a sudden they in there for 2 days and they want to kill themselves. Like, miss me with that. So I understand the reason why he said it. But he need to do these 4 months and sit his ass down.
No, but
yes.
No. What I was gonna say to the point that you said, like the previous point, like how he tried to use like the sympathy when they could have went to someone in another situation. I feel like that outburst is in that same light, because he's saying that because he knows a certain situations, and I don't think anything's gonna happen to him, but that's why they say he's in the psych ward. They try to make sure he makes it through his time, his 4 months, and he gets out and he lives the rest of his life. They don't want, because they know everyone's watching, so they don't want anything to happen to him, because if anything happens to him, it's gonna look bad on them, because everybody's watching the situation. Like, once the story came out and he started getting support, it put pressure on this case, and then when they, like I said, they investigated it, and they really put pressure into like look into the stories, like, whoa, what is he saying? So that's what I'm saying. I think to that first part of the point that you said, he's still doing that. That was the real reason for his outburst, because he knows that it has happened. But I'm just saying, listen, for the situation he's in, I'm not gonna lie, they probably really look at him like, it's your dumbass for you in this situation. So all this other stuff you're saying, like, like, what are you saying it for? Like, that's why I feel like that outburst is more to your first point, and he's just using that. But we all know there's history of, like, people going to jail,
right?
And some fucked up shit happens to them. People going to jail when they're not supposed to. There's a history that has happened, but I just feel like that outburst is more to your first part of your point, which is he's still trying to use it like something he feel like nothing's gonna. I'm not gonna say it because anything's possible in this world, but for me, I believe nothing's gonna happen to him while he's locked up. He's gonna probably be a headache for them while he serves his time, but once that 4 months is done, he'll be back in the world. He's not gonna talk his shit or do what he's gonna do next, but. No, I'm saying, but yeah. So basically, I'm saying like, once he's out, he's gonna live his life. I wish him the best. I wish him the best. I believe he'll, make a comeback from this. There's roles for him in the future, but it's just one of those situations that forever will be a head scratcher. Like, what the fuck was that? Because realistically, once he came out with his story, everybody pulled for him. And then they kind of put the pressure on the police. And then the police, did their jobs. And, you know, now we are here. So, wish him the best. Hopefully, these 4 months go fast for him and he could move on with his life. But in other news, he had some controversial stuff, but some sad news. Some sad news that broke. Bree, I'm gonna let you,
Yeah, so let's first give a rest in peace to Traci Braxton.
R.I.P. and condolences to the family.
Of course, she is sister of Tamar and Tony, who are singers. She's also from the Braxton family on WeTV. She was also a singer, comedian slash actress. One of my favorite Braxton sisters. If you know, Tamar's my favorite, than her. Just because she was funny on the damn show. She was, the life of the show. She's been battling cancer for the last 3 years, and it's just so sad to see her like leave this earth. She had a son and a husband, and she basically left them behind. And so my prayers and love goes out to the Braxton family. It's just a sad, sad time, man. She was only 50 years old. Only 50 years old.
That's unfortunate, but my condolences again. But some sad news. Where we live in. It's like can't.
Yeah,
she passed. She got cancer, right? She had cancer. Yeah.
I mean, 50 years old is young though.
Oh no, yeah, it's still young. It's still people, but a lot of the action actors we watch just pulling off these crazy acting scenes, looking young as hell, is in the early 50s, mid 50s to late 50s.
Right.
It's just just sad news. But we're gonna move on to something that set the buzz. Kim K made some statement, and I guess it rubbed some people the wrong way, but I guess it's one of those. The message is on point, but it's the messenger. I guess people who's not fond of the messenger, but the message is definitely on point. She basically said, for all women on business, get off your ass and work hard. Nobody wants to work these days, which is for the most part, people don't want to work these days. People just want, thing. But people just want it handed to them. Yeah, it's life. That's just how some people are. Some people go get theirs, but what I'll definitely say is the message wasn't wrong. Like, her message was not wrong. I agree with her message, but it's just the fact people are gonna gloss over it because her social status, her financial, like, she has money. But before, like, who, what you think it'll be? All right, if Diddy would have said the same comments, if Diddy said the same comments, would people have? That's not even a good comparison, because if people look at the fact she definitely had a I would say a good head start in life. Her family had money and whatnot, but my point is the message is still valid, but she just wasn't the best messenger. But I agree with her message, but I think people are just looking too hard on the fact that she is who she is. But at the end of the day, she had to do a lot to get to where she was at. You know what I'm trying to say? Obviously, she had a solid head start, but a solid head start doesn't guarantee where she's at right now. You can give a whole bunch of people that same head start. It's not a guarantee they'll be in the same position she is in. That's what I think.
What kind of fuckery is that?
What?
That is not true.
What's not true?
That's not true, Johnny.
What's not true?
No. We're not gonna do that tonight.
What did I do? What did I do?
Oh hell no, we ain't gonna do that tonight.
What happened?
You not about to do that tonight.
What I do?
You not gonna give that fucking lie. She didn't start with a father who just had a commonwealth. She had parents who were friends with like actors, actresses. We not gonna. It wasn't in the same social life. Again, she wasn't in the same social life. Okay, what you just said was fuckery, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna break it down for you real quick, because what you just said was fuckery. You said it was, because you just said you could give the person the same route and they won't do nothing with it, which is bullshit. Because
again, no, I didn't say they want to do nothing with it. I said you could give the person the same route as me, and you're gonna guarantee for them to get to where they at.
Yes, it is, because she knew. Again, actors, baseball players, football players. She was in the social life of O.J. Simpson. She was in the social life of Paris Hilton. There was no way she was not going to make it. Not her.
No, I understand what you're saying.
No.
But you think she was the only sister Paris Hilton had?
Listen, it wasn't just Paris Hilton. Her parents were in the social life of O.J. Simpson, Nicole Simpson, some other people. Like their list of friends, when you watch the Robert Kardashian documentary, and I was telling Devin this the other day, the social lights her mom was in the social lights of hanging out with football players, Olympic winners. They weren't just common folk people with money. They weren't just common folks.
No, she had a head start compared to others.
She didn't have a head start. She was on third base, about to run home run by the time of her. Listen, she does not know what it is to suffer in the sense of poverty, having to get up from a 9-to-5 job, then work her ass off for 2 weeks, get a paycheck, and have to live paycheck to paycheck. She doesn't understand that shit. She doesn't understand that women and men get up every morning, work their asses off.
No, but quick question.
Just to get a set of what she gets.
No,
again, because she was able to have multiple failed businesses and learn from them. Again, she is not in what you're saying is not correct, because she again was in a social life that was already putting her at a place where we could never be. So again, you saying, well, she the position she was in with a head start, she didn't just get a head start. She was already at third base, about to hit motherfucking home run.
Yeah, but that proves my point. Yeah, digging into the messenger more than y'all digging into the message. The message is still what it is. The message is still correct, no matter who the messenger is. The next person.
How can you give a message like that? Get your ass up and work.
Because that's all it is. It's simple. It's a simple message. It's simple.
Again, I'm not against the message. But that's what I'm saying. It's just what I'm against.
It's the messenger. The messenger.
What I'm against is the fact that you think. Again, if you are a business owner, you getting your ass up every day and fucking work. There's no real business. If you're talking to business owners, there's no fucking business owner who's just collecting and thinking they're going to just get by. You don't need to tell business owners that. That's not something you got to tell.
But she didn't say business owners. She said women in business. Right. She said women in business.
No, if you watch the whole fucking video, Johnny, instead of that just little clip, they're talking about owning businesses, owning companies, they're talking about owning shit. If you own shit, you not just laying back and doing nothing. Of course, you getting your fat ass up and you going, you doing what you gotta do. Even if you don't own your own businesses, if you are in a company and they paying you guap, you not just sitting your ass down. You talking to a crowd that don't need to be talked to. Because of course they're getting their ass up and they working their asses off.
Like,
she again wouldn't know that lifestyle because she never lived it. So how the fuck you preaching but you never lived?
But what? Like I said, your gloves don't fat because she ain't never financially suffered. Doesn't mean she lacks the work ethic to work hard. Doesn't mean she can still work hard.
I didn't say she doesn't work hard. What I said is you can't preach what you never lived. See, the thing is, you can't preach getting the fuck up and working a fucking getting your ass to fucking work.
She worked hard. She like I said, at the end of the day, you can give anybody that route. It's not a guarantee they end up on her destination.
Did she work hard or did she lay down hard? Which one?
Listen.
Which one was it?
Well, at the end
I'm just asking a question. Did she work hard or did she lay down hard to get it?
Cool. That's a. Even though I feel like this has nothing to do with it, I'm gonna give you an easy analogy. Remember when Paris Hilton had a sex tape? How did that work for her? How well did that work out?
Who?
Paris Hilton.
Man, that shit made Paris Hilton a fucking show too.
But where's she at compared to Kim right now?
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding
me? What you mean?
Paris Hilton had a 4 to 5 hour fucking time frame for her fucking wedding. What are you talking about? People love Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton
they're not in the same. They're not in the same bubble. They're not in the same bubble.
You think so?
They're not.
Okay. And I can actually say Paris actually worked for her shit more than Kim.
How did you get that? How did you get that?
More than Kim.
What? How?
Because the sex tape didn't make Paris Hilton rich. Her parents made her.
It's the same situation, but Kim has surpassed her.
Paris did not have a sex tape before Kim.
Yes, she did. Okay. Her sex tape came out first. Yes, it did. At that point,
listen to me. At that point, Paris Hilton was the biggest. Again, Paris Hilton was the biggest thing before Kim. She had her time to run. Again,
but my point is
when Kim came out. What I'm gonna be honest with you, and I asked Devin this: what gave them the show? Which sister made the show? It wasn't Kim. It wasn't Kim. It was not Kim. Did you know that? It was Khloe. It was Khloe Kardashian. She was getting arrested for her DUI, and that's why they gave the Keeping Up with the Kardashians show. The first episode ever.
Look, Bree, let's give credit where it's due. It wasn't none of the sisters. It was the mother who got that show.
No, it was not. It was not. It was, you see, y'all guys don't even know. I used to watch it because I used to like Khloe. And I thought she was the funny sister. When she got that DUI after Robert Kardashian died, they had the whole 3 first episodes, right? The pilot was about Khloe, nothing to do with Kim. It had nothing. And then all of a sudden, Ray J and Kim's porno drops, and the show turns into Khloe to Kim. And it was that first season was all about the sex.
You know damn well that shit was orchestrated.
Listen, I don't know nothing. I don't know their business like that.
That shit is orchestrated. That shit was part of the plan.
Again, listen to what I'm telling you. These girls have ride the coattail of being scandal. I don't care what you say. That it does not take hard to work on that.
What I'm trying to tell you, Bree, scandal or not, you're not gonna. Kim's a billionaire. She's not gonna be a billionaire.
For what?
She's not a billionaire off scandals.
Yes, she is.
No,
What does she own?
She owns her own shit.
What?
What
has made her a billionaire? You can't even tell me.
I just don't know the name of her line. It's her whatever line she has.
Skims did not make her a billionaire.
I gave her a good portion of her bread. Listen,
right.
Definitely did.
But what companies does she have that you can say have made her a billionaire. See, this is why when we talk about Kanye, I'm cool with saying Kanye is a billionaire and he owns multiple companies that have made him a billionaire. Tell me some.
The Skims company is valued at $3.2 billion.
Give me a company.
I did.
That she worked. Listen to me. And I'm talking about the beginning of her career that shot her into this businesswoman that we know today. Give it to me. That she got her ass up every day to work on that made her a billionaire.
What I was saying, I don't know what her first job was. I don't.
You don't. Because all the businesses that she put into slowly drifted away. She didn't get up every day and fucking try to fix that shit. She tried a makeup line. That slowly drifted away. See, she started the stores. That slowly drifted away. She had perfume. That slowly drifted. Again, like I said, I get it. She's found one thing and
Excel.
It's hit. But again, she's at a point when she made Skims, she's at a point where it's just not her, Johnny. It's just not her.
Of course not.
Okay, when you have a team like that, you don't have to get up every day and do the shit. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Oh no, I understand what you're saying, but to make sure shit goes through, you gotta still do it.
Right, but you don't have, but she's doing that. Again, Johnny, she doesn't have to fully do it. So her preaching that shit, if you watch the show, she dibbles and dabbles. She'll come and try shit on and say what she don't like and then leave. She'll come and say, oh, this is not, I don't like this particular color. But she's not in the office every day working her ass off. She don't get up every day and work her ass off. And that's okay because they don't afford it. They don't afford it their time.
Listen.
So you're not going to sit there and tell me that Scandal did not make that family that family. Scandals was started the Kardashian family.
It gave him fame. But where they
at?
That's all
she needed. That's all she needed. She needed that little fame, and all they do is Scandal, Johnny.
Oh, I will agree.
Tell me why they have another show on Hulu. They done 20 years of Kardashian.
Wait, I'm gonna let you finish. Look, it gave that little bit of fame, right? And she turned that shit into $1 billion empire. That's hard work. She turned a little bit of fame into $1 billion.
They known for Scandal.
But my point is, it's just
they not work. They're not known for hard working.
The message was good. It's just not the right messenger.
Johnny,
she's a billionaire. She got money.
They're not known for working hard. They known for scandals.
So, quick question.
Starting from Robert Kardashian, the father, all trickle down to freaking Khloe Kardashian. Go ahead, ask your question.
So, if Kim was to walk up to you and give you, and basically say, yo, like give you pointers on how to move on and succeed in life, and she used to tell you basically more or less, all you gotta do is lie, grind, and
unless she's giving me money to start businesses, you can keep that shit. Because in my head, again, you're not listening. They are a scandalous family. Tell me one thing. That's
not paying all the bills at the end of the day.
That was. The show is what made them Kardashians.
Yeah, the show. They made money off the show. Yes, the show helped with the popularity, but everything
what started their career? What made them so big? You can't even tell me it wasn't a fucking store. It was her sleeping with Ray J. It was her sister going to jail for DUI.
It was the combination of the sex tape and the TV show.
It was her father taking evidence from a case, from the biggest case in the world. It was
a combination of the sex tape and the TV show. But where they at now?
Again, the fucking TV show came just hand in hand with the scandal.
But the TV show wasn't guaranteed to be successful. Again, it wasn't guaranteed.
They made sure it was a guarantee because they showed all their scandals on that motherfucking show. All that scandals. The scandal of her dating
Chris orchestrated Humphries, that way. They made people watch. That's work. That's work. That's work.
That's not work. That's not work. Being scandal is not a work.
We're just gonna end with this, with the we agree to disagree, because if we keep going and going.
No, all right. So move on to the next scandalous person, because we're gonna talk about Ye, and that's another motherfucking scandalous person. All of a sudden, he's on now the Hulu show with her, and they got some beef. And I personally agree with Ye, but then don't agree with Ye because I don't like the way he the situation. But I understand what Ye's talking about. But if you want to talk about scandal, we might as well just keep going on to Ye, because that's the next subject we was going to talk about anyway.
No, we're not going to talk about my guy yet, because Ye's, but yeah. So we're going to talk about Ye and his statement. Then he had the back and forth with Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson sent him that text message.
Right, which Pete Davidson had every right to.
Nah. What I say is him sending that message is just like a response. You've been taking jabs at me, so I took a jab at you. So,
but at the beginning of the message, he wasn't even saying that. He was just saying, "Let's do this like men." We don't know this.
The start was, the start of it was honorable, but then you seen it was starting to drift left, and then it just went left.
Well, if somebody told you where you at, so I can come see you, my response is gonna be pull up. I'm gonna say something petty.
Yeah, he did. He at the end of the day, he is a comedian, so he says.
I don't think that was a comedic response. I think that was some.
It was a nice little.
It was some real hood shit. I'm tired of you threatening my life. Come meet me. I'm with your wife. And I think
it was definitely a wisecrack. It was definitely a wisecrack.
I think we need to respect that, but at the same time, I do think that Kim needs to respect Kanye as a father. And if Kanye is asking you to not have his daughter on TikTok, let's discuss where North goes to school, let's discuss this and this and that. As a father, he has every right to want to discuss these things. But again, we come back to scandal shit. It's always a scandal with these people. So you don't know what's real, what's not. Because then he posted that this morning of whose book bag was that? Northeast book bag. And she's like, dude, you just picked them up from school today. And it's like, okay, you see what I'm talking about, Johnny?
No, but with that message, no. All right, I'm not gonna let you do that. She's switching narrative. All he said was, look what was on her book bag. He didn't say nothing about, you know what I'm trying to say?
He did. He said he hasn't seen her.
No, that's not what he said. He said, when I finally get to see her, this is what's on her book bag.
Well, let's go back. No, it's not.
You found it?
Hold on. I was. When did I see that this morning? It's a World Star property.
Found it?
Hold on.
I got you with the help, man. Teamwork make the dream work.
Well, it says this one was on my daughter's backpack when I was allowed to see her last week. This is why I go so hard for my family. I'm wired to protect my family at all costs. At the priest of my home, don't worry, Northy, God is still alive. Again, and Kim responded, what are you talking about, Kanye? You just saw her this morning when you picked her up from school. So I'm not switching any narrative.
No, what my point is, he's talking about something that was on her book bag. He ain't saying nothing about seeing her or not.
Yes, he did. He said, this was on my daughter's book bag when I was allowed to see her last week. Kim said, you just saw her today, Kanye.
And obviously that thing probably wasn't on her book bag. She obviously had a problem with whatever was on her book bag.
No, he doesn't have a problem with it. What he's saying to her is, I haven't seen my kids. That's why he's saying this was on my daughter's book bag when I was allowed to see her last week. This is why I go so hard for my family. I'm wired to protect my family at all costs. Yeah, he probably didn't like what was on her book bag. But what she's saying is, Kanye, he emphasized allowed to see her last week. He put the quotation marks when he said allowed.
No, I seen that.
Right. What she's saying is, Kanye, stop putting that narrative that you don't see your kids. You saw her today. What are you talking about?
Man, listen,
let's be honest. Again, scandal is shit. But the story he's putting out sometimes doesn't match in Kim's. All I'm saying to you, and even in his videos, it's convenient how he says he sees his kids 2 days ago, but now he hasn't seen them in a week. All I'm saying to you is I understand. I just think that his behavior is a little erratic. My problem with Kanye is not the message he's saying. I do believe Black fathers in America need more of support and need more of authority in their kids' life. Johnny, I agree with him. Are you listening? I agree. I never agree. His behavior.
Oh no, we had this conversation. Listen, like I said, with all celebrities, behavior-wise, because they're celebrities, they shouldn't get a pass. What's right is right.
What he's doing to D.L. Hughley is disrespectful. Threatening that man's life is not okay.
Now, but look, no. At the end of the day, you want to talk about someone, you can't be mad at the person's response. I'm not saying it was the best response.
But you putting your business out there. Here's the problem. You putting your business out there, you act in a certain way in public, you doing certain things in public. Everybody's been talking about Kanye. This ain't nothing new. So why is it that D.L. Hughley said one thing? He said, why do we allow him to act this way? Didn't say nothing about his character or what he's doing with his kids. He said, why are we allowing him to act this way with this woman and stalking her, and we don't say nothing, but we are contradicting ourselves and teaching our daughters, as long as he has money, he's allowed to treat you that way. That's what D.L. Hughley was saying.
I didn't disagree with I didn't disagree with what he said. What I'm saying is, like, I said I didn't agree with Ye's response to DL, but at the end of the day, you know, someone said something and Ye went his route of approaching. He said something about me. Even if Ye's in the wrong, he said something about me, I'm responding to him. It's not even about what I'm doing anymore. He said something about me, I'm responding.
Responding is verbally, but not threatening. He threatened D.L. Hughley and his family's life. Does that make any sense to you? That's not responding, Johnny.
No, that is a response. It's just
okay.
We just took it. No, you took an inch. He took a whole foot.
That's why I don't agree with Kanye's behavior. Because again, if it was the other foot and we was threatening his kids and his wife and his life, I'm pretty sure you would not take it like it's not okay. It's not okay. Again, I agree with him in certain aspects.
It's just I don't know. It's a lot. I don't know. No,
he has a cult. You know he has a cult.
Of course, he has a cult following. But what I'm saying is, you know, with all this in the news, you know, I'll be listening to some conspiracy theories. It's just perfect timing with all the stuff that's going on in the world. Now we have this drama as a distraction. Keep people talking about this when people should be talking about other stuff that's taking place in the world. But hey, listen, it's what's going on with that family and everything is entertainment to others, and to others, people see it for what it is, and others is just like, you know, still got my life to live. I don't know, but I don't know. I just felt yesterday it was just a whole wave, just back to back of stuff coming out. But the text message exchange was kind of funny. Man. He sent the picture. That shit was kind of funny. Obviously not funny yet, but you know, like I said, once you start saying something, you can't be. When the person responds, you can't be mad at the person's response. Like you've been taking jabs at him.
I'm happy, Pete.
Skeet? No, that's what Ye calls him. Ye calls him Skeet, but
right. And I'm happy he said, "Hey, this is Skeet," because I thought that shit made my day when he said, "Yo, this is Skeet." Like, nigga, I'm the nigga that you keep calling Skeet. I'm a Skeet right into your wife.
But we're gonna leave that situation alone, and we're gonna talk about thing, but shit. For the most part, it looks like the pandemic is almost over, or you could say it's over. But shit, I read
Johnny, you want to
going
come
on.
to game night? You still gotta take a COVID test and you gotta get your vaccination.
That's crazy. I'll play virtually. I'll play virtually. Just put somebody good on my team. I'll play virtually.
Got you. I got you.
But yeah, China's on lockdown because they had a COVID spike. That's the news people want to hear. People just want to go. Weather about to get warm, especially us New Yorkers. Weather about to get warm. We're trying to live our lives, go to the beach, just be outside, and, do summer and spring things, and just somewhat go back to normal. But shit, they're going on lockdown. That shit could trickle down to some shit that might set us back. Hopefully they handle that and everything gets put together. But I ain't trying to hear about other countries or states or anything going on lockdown. I'm trying to hear, this mandate is gone. We ain't no longer doing this mandate. I want to hear steps forward, not steps backward. But I wish the world the best. Looks like we still got some time thing before we can officially say this is in our rear view mirror. But that's all we're gonna say about that subject. We're gonna leave it be. But what I was gonna say, we're gonna try something new this week for this week episode. Is viral moments of the week. The name, come up with a better name in due time. But for right now, viral moments of the week. We have 3 moments that just went social media viral, and we're gonna, give our thoughts about it and how we feel. But viral moment number 1: man living in his cubicle, living in his workplace, then losing his job and
backstory. Give the backstory.
No, I'm getting like the headline out. I got the headline out. You get into it. I gave the headline now. Let it be.
Johnny, he said. So there's a video of this guy, right? And he's talking through the video as he's packing his shit up from his house to move into his cubicle, right? And he's saying the rent was too fucking high in his house, right? And he said it made sense to him to live in his cubicle. He would be there on time every day. So he moved all his shit to his cubicle, right? People started talking in the office, and then he got fired and evicted.
It's fucked up.
They gave him a 30 days eviction.
Yo, I want to have fired him if anything. I would have just gave him like a warning, like, yo, you gotta find a place to live, get your stuff out.
Look, if you see that one of your workers, right, and I think this is what part of being a business owner is about. If you see one of your workers, right, going through a hard time, right, as a business owner, Johnny, and especially if he's a good worker, I would help him find a low budget apartment, or I wouldn't have even evicted him. He wasn't causing no drama. He wasn't affecting nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
Sleeping there.
If it was affecting or something that was disrupting the workplace or something obviously he was trespassing. He was in the workplace when he wasn't supposed to be hour-wise. Trespassing is, you could say he was trespassing. I don't see trespassing as harmful. As long as you just happen to be on. If your intent is not to do harm, I don't care about no trespassing. But I just feel like for him to lose his job and then they kick him out is like, damn. It's fucked up. It's definitely fucked up.
As a business owner, I would have appreciated more if they would have helped him find a low budget place to live.
It's doggy dog world out there, man.
No, but what made it funny was he was like, I'm out, y'all. Like, poor guy. Here he is with boxes. And the people
he's just trying to remain cheerful because it's like he came up he came up with something smart, and then it just ended really bad.
I hope
I wish him the best, though. I wish him the best.
No, I hope to God, Johnny, the money that he saved living in his cubicle, he can now get I hope I can find a GoFundMe for him. I hope he starts a GoFundMe. I'm gonna get to his GoFundMe because that was just fucked up.
You just have to look into it, but they could have. I feel like they could have handled it much better. Like obviously, him getting kicked out, moving out is it's understandable. But damn, losing his job, like he wakes up, goes to work, goes to sleep. It would be different if he's inviting people over. You know what I'm trying to say? Like inviting people.
How do you know he wasn't inviting you?
If he was, then I understand why they probably fired him. But if he was
I don't. I still don't understand.
Nah, that's too much.
They could have charged him for rent.
Nah, it's just like
Johnny, they could have charged him for rent in that cubicle.
They could have done a lot, but I'm just saying like
that cubicle is an apartment in a lot of New York City buildings.
But at the end of the day, I don't think he should have got fired. But I wish him the best.
So you think he should have got evicted?
You can't live there. Work there. It's not a living place for you to live, bro. Come on, Bree. It's not
Johnny. Because all I keep hearing you say is he should have gotten fired. He should have gotten evicted.
No.
Johnny, he didn't do nothing.
You're not supposed to live there, Bree. It's not a living place for you to live.
Why
it was smart. Listen, I'm not knocking him. It was smart, but
you spent most of your day in that bullshit job anyway.
Which is crazy. Johnny. I don't know how he lived there. Oh,
Johnny, because he in his head. If you think about it, I spent today. I spent 9 hours of my life at my job.
Would you live there though?
If I didn't have a fucking kid and a husband, hell yeah. 9 hours of my fucking life. Yo, I spent 9 fucking hours of my life in that place. I'm fucking making a bed.
Listen.
Doctors do it all the fucking time.
All right.
Think about it. Just think about it. Firemen do it all the time.
No. But they have to be on call. Those people that gotta be there.
He gotta be there in the morning.
His job not
in the morning.
Yeah, but doctors gotta be 3:00 in the morning. Doctor gotta wake up. Yo, emergency. We need you. Firemen have to do people can't wait a whole hour from firemen to get from their home to the fire station, then to go fight the fire. Hell no, it has to be that way. It has to be that way. Certain jobs have to be that way.
Right. Certain jobs. How do we know his job didn't need him there 24/7?
Come on, Bree. But I wish him the best. While do say this, as long as they gave him time to find a place, it's cool. If they would have kicked him out the same day they fired him, that would have been totally fucked up.
That's messed up, Johnny.
It is fucked up, but moving on, viral moment number 2. Do you see the clip of the man who's trying to escape LAPD? Bree, you saw the clip?
Johnny, I'm the one who sent you the damn clip.
Nah, I seen it. You sent it, but I already saw it. I already saw when you sent it. I was just asking if you seen it.
No, you didn't.
No, I did. I was laughing. I really thought he was gonna make it out. I thought he was gonna make it out.
If he would have went underneath the car.
Nah, he got seen because the cop looked under the car right before they found him. The one cop.
Johnny, the cop looked over to his corner and still didn't see him. For a minute there, God covered him. That's what I think.
Yo, what made me laugh? Because I'm listening to the people in the helicopter.
The helicopter. What the fuck was that?
Yo, I'm listening to them. They're like, oh, they got him. And they didn't get him yet. They're like, oh,
Johnny, but why the helicopter guy would say, right there. Like, the fucking cops can hear you all the way from the motherfucking
Yo, that shit had me laughing, bro. Nah.
No, what had me dying, though, Yo, that nigga he really had a chance to live his life free.
I think if he was a little smaller, he would have made it through.
I think so too, Johnny.
He just happened to be a little too big.
Yo,
He was a little smaller.
They looked at him. They turned their head and looked at this nigga and still didn't see him. He was covered by an angel. An angel came over him because I'm telling you, there's no way in heck they looked his direction, looked him dead, like no way, no way, no way.
He should have. Nah, unfortunately, he was just too big. He should have got like right behind under the trunk area of the car, like right there. We'd have been able to make it there. Yeah. He probably would have been good, but he was just a little too big. Imagine he would have escaped though. That shit was hilarious.
People in the helicopter wasn't gonna let him escape because they would have.
Yeah, they was like, yo, no, they had me rolling. People in the helicopter had me rolling, but we're gonna get to viral moment number 3. Stevie J. People, he is trending because you can say it, Bree. You want to say it?
I don't want to say it.
Say it. You know you about to say something. Why was he trending, Bree?
I don't know. I'm not saying that you the dude. You say it.
People were perceiving that Stevie J was getting something done to him while he's being interviewed. He was getting
I had to watch this video maybe like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I watched it maybe like 15, 20 times. I'm not even over exaggerating. I really watched it carefully 15 to 20 times. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I didn't see what everybody saw. Because Devin was like, oh, that's a girl's hand. I'm like, that's his hand that's like this. But then you see him slide down.
No, you see that, but it's what he says. I assume it looks like he whispers, keep going. That's what it looks like. When he whispers, it looks like, I think you can hear he's like, keep going. But he whispers it.
No, I didn't hear it. Hold on. I said hold on.
No, watch the clip. It's like a whisper. He's like. So I want to talk about it because it was really good, and I was happy that you addressed a lot of. Just watch him. Honestly, you addressed everything. I really appreciate the fact that you decided to do that. So in the very beginning, speaking of reality TV, one of the things that stuck out to me is when you said that I was real on loving hip hop because of the fact that I'm gonna be at 100 all the time. And you talked about in the first couple of scenes, the first few years that you were walking, because you didn't have a car. Why was it important? Seen it? All the fame, all the success that you had at that time, being so transparent about where you were in your life. Because most niggas is clowns, and they don't be honest. And that's his hand on his chest. I know that's it.
Okay. I saw him slide down and I saw him look downwards. I mean, I expected nothing less from just Stevie J. I thought he was gonna change once he married Faith, but that shit went left real quick. Him and Faith went real left real quick. They are now officially divorced. Well, not officially, but they are getting divorced. I don't know. I really just I don't know.
Funny clip though, it was trending. It had everybody like, yo, what is he doing? But funny clip. But I guess that's what everyone perceives. Who knows?
I wish he would come out and say if he was or not.
He probably will. He'll let it be known.
He will, but not right now. He's gonna let himself trend a little bit more longer. But I would like to know, because that's kind of disgusting for the girl. Like, you just letting this girl, like, oh God.
You can say that, but the girl knows he's being interviewed.
Yeah, but you don't know what type of household he ran. Because he's like one girl holding the camera and the other girl's just bopping. I mean, I don't know how to even explain it. This subject.
It's hilarious. But no, no, that shit is funny. But that's it for our new segment, viral, weekly viral moments.
Names. You said that man couldn't live in his damn cubicle.
Hey, listen, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
You give your job.
I ran the work. That if I was the boss, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Live in the damn cubicle, which
listen, I wouldn't have an issue with it if I was the boss, but I'm not the boss, so decisions out my hands, unfortunately. But I wish him the best. But one of our more popular favorite segments of the show is our Fab Four. Done this a few times, but this week we're gonna do movie quotes. Our favorite four of our favorite movie quotes. I have 4 quotes, but there's some honorable mention. But you got your 4, Bree?
Of course, I got my 4.
Okay. Am I going first this week, or you want to go back, or we just read?
No, you read your 4. I read my 4.
All right. My number 4 comes from a low down, dirty shit. It's one of my favorite parts of the movie. Is when Shane, Wayman, and Peaches is having breakfast after Shane woke up in the house, and he woke up in bed with he woke up in bed with Wayman, and Wayman was like he was going back and forth. They was dissing each other at breakfast, and then Wayman was like, what he said, how he said it. He was like, it started off, he's like, you ain't say that we was in bed together, girl. And he's like, man, I ain't touch you. I ain't touch you. I'm trying to get the dialogue, but I have it written down. And then I'm trying to remember the first word he said. He said something, fingers in the hair, sharpshooter. Then he was like, something, don't get mad because you was cruising in your sleep last night and started speeding. And that part is just jokes. That shit is one of the funniest parts. Because he, like, that's one of my favorite scenes from Old Down Dirty Shame, that breakfast exchange, that whole dialogue. But that part, that ended it. Because as soon as he said that, they looked like they were about to fight, but Peaches broke it up. But that shit was dumb funny. Because as he said it, as he said the quote, he poked his butt out at Shane, he's like, don't get your panties in a bunch because you was cruising in your sleep last night and started speeding. That's what he said. That shit is so funny. That shit is joke. But quote number 3 is from Scarface, and say hello to my little friends. Quote number 2 comes from the Star Wars franchise. May the Force be with you. And my number one comes from my guy Pops from Friday. And win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day. Those are my 4 quotes. Bree, what do you got?
All right. My first quote. So all my quotes are from Black movies, of course.
I diversified.
No.
I have 2.
My first quote goes, I loves Hoppers. God knows I do, but I'll kill him dead before I let him beat me. Color Purple.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Even though some quotable should be implanted in your brain, but it's just like
for real, and that should be one of them.
No, I'm just saying, I this certain movies like off the first watch, words stuck with you regardless. But I haven't seen that movie in a long time. But all right, quote number 3.
I'm not going to use the B word. I'm just going to call y'all unstable preachers. You know what that's from?
That sounds familiar. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds familiar.
Baby boy. He said, I ain't going to call y'all the B word. I'm just going to call y'all unstable preachers.
That one has some, that should have some other quotables too.
But that was my favorite one because he was arguing with the girlfriend and the mother. And he was like, I ain't going to call y'all the B word, but I'm just going to call y'all unstable preachers. And that's
his friend. That was his friend, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother. He said it, right?
Right.
Yeah. He said it. Omar Gooding Jr.
Gooding Jr., yeah.
I just don't remember his name in Baby Boy, but Omar.
All right. My second quote. Guys get shot every day, B.
Oh. That's no.
Yo, I swear to God, I use that shit all day, every day. If I'm looking at my husband and somebody saying a sad story, I then be like, guys get shot every day.
You die every day, B.
Yeah. All right, my last one, favorite one. You gotta get the ground beneath your feet, partner. Get the wind beneath your back, and go out in a blaze if you got to. Otherwise, you ain't shit. You might as well be dead your damn self.
That sounds so familiar, like that. Yo,
I'm gonna say it again. You gotta get the ground beneath your feet, partner. Get the wind behind your back, and go out in the blaze if you got to. Otherwise, you ain't shit. You might as well be dead your damn self. And it comes from one of your favorite rappers.
Juice. Pop Juice.
Right.
That's what I said. As soon as you said that, I'm like, yo, that shit sounds so familiar. But my man Pop played that. He played that crazy role in Juice.
Doesn't matter. It was wonderful.
But that was a good quote. But there's a lot of things. I almost went with Terminator. I'll be back. Almost went with I'll be back. It's a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch. I watched a lot of movies, but I tried to.
I was gonna go with Bye Felicia.
Oh, that's another one. Or like I said, Pop said. I told you when we did the Made in Melon episode. Friday has all the quotables. I ain't get pussy whooped. I whips the pussy. I got
Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen.
That's what I said. When y'all said that shit, I'm like, yo, there's so many quotes.
Guys, if you haven't seen, go see Made in the
Yeah, go check that episode out. I'm not gonna lie. You ain't gotta lie, Craig. That's one. And it's like, how you get fired on your day off? It's just so many shit. It was so much.
Friday's one of those movies that you can use all the quotes. Hey, Craig, can I borrow your car?
Debo coming. That's what I'm saying. Like, when y'all said that,
knock the fuck out.
Yeah, you got knocked the fuck out.
But no, because I said when a girl said it.
But
thinking of Pops.
No, that's true. But once you said your hit, I knew the movie. But unfortunately, all the other quotes popped up in my head. Like, like the ones I know more, it's like, that shit popped up in my head.
But that was a good episode. And this was a very good episode. I feel like me and Johnny got into some heated moments.
It was definitely a dope episode. We're just trying to diversify, get better every time we shoot, just get better and continue to work and grow. And hopefully y'all grow with us and y'all continue to watch, like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy the show. But with that being said, that's a wrap on this brand new episode of Another Shitty Opinion Podcast. It's your boy John, my co-host Bree, and we are out.